Hello, it's Teacher Christy back again with Vipkid Awesome. Hey, I want to talk to you today about regulars. Getting regulars is unbelievably important, and there are a million reasons why you want to get regulars. Actually, that's why I'm wearing my hat today, but you'll have to wait to the end to figure out what my hat has to do with regulars. But why do we want regulars? Well, there's a lot of reasons. For us, just logistically, regulars fill our schedule out. Regulars mean that we don't have to hustle as much. It means that we have consistency in our schedule. For me, the only way to survive 10, 12, 15-hour classes is by having regulars. Even if I have difficult regulars, there's something that really helps me about knowing what to expect. I think the hardest thing for me when I was new was every student was different. You might have a great student and then terrible, and it was never consistent. At least when I look at my schedule, I'd say 95 to 99% of my students are regular students. And so I know what to expect from them. I know what they're going to need. I know how to pace it. And this makes your life so much easier, probably 100 times easier. So having those regulars. The second reason is I think it's better for you. It's better for you because you get good at teaching that particular student what they need. You also get more consistent feedback. I would say almost all of the random, like 4 apples or whatever I got, were from students who weren't regulars. Regulars, by and large, are going to give you good marks, and that will be helpful for you. It also, for the students, I think is very effective for the student. I think students do really well. There are times in their development when they need to be with other teachers to get more experience or exposure to accents, for example. But by and large, I think my students do better when they stay with the same teacher. So getting regulars, in my opinion, is one thing that makes this job possible for me. So I have my top 10 ways of how do you get regulars. The first way to get regulars is you want to have the schedule, and you want to have the same schedule, and you want to post your schedule 6 months or 6 weeks, 8 weeks in advance. You can always change it. So I post it even if I know I'm not going to be there, because you can always change it. What the parents are looking for is, are you available at the same time over a long period of time? I don't want to make you a regular, for example, unless I know this is time that's going to work for me. So having your schedule out in advance and keeping it consistent. I find that early on when I had changed my schedule up abruptly or often, I didn't get a lot of those regulars because they want the same time. And we can understand that. So getting your schedule up, keeping your same times, keeping very consistent, and communicating with them. If I'm going to be gone, I'm going to communicate with them. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to tell them when I'm coming back. So I want to keep those things up. The second way is treat every single brand new student as an interview. This is an interview. Realize, just like you worked for your mock trial, just like you worked to get the job, you're trying to get a job with this student. And really nail those particular classes, hit them out of the park, especially the student that you want to be a regular. We don't necessarily want all of our students to be a regular. So treat that like an interview. The third way is make sure you know their names, but even more than that, make sure they know your name. Make sure this kid knows your name. Because that's going to be the kid to say, hey, I want teacher Christy. Hey, I want teacher Sally. Hey, I want teacher Tara. So you want to make sure that you have that personal connection. Another way is to ask about the kids. Ask something about them. Try to find out even the simplest thing, their Minion t-shirt, a toy that they have, anything that you can find. Not only going to talk about this, which will make the kid happy, but write this in your feedback. Write it in your feedback. Your parents want to see, are you connected? So, Joey showed me his brand new Minion toy today. That was so cool. I wouldn't necessarily say cool, but I'm putting in the feedback. Again, I'm connecting with your kid. I learned something about them. I remember them. They're not just a number. And get that kid talking. Talking. Parents want to see their kids talking. And the more you can get that child talking to you, the more you're going to develop affinity, and the more the parent's going to see that. One of the great ways to do that is try to find something in common. Anything in common. Minions happen to be a new thing for my students. I don't know if I just got this rush of boys that are all about the Minions. So I went on Amazon and ordered a Minion doll so that I see that in the background. I can connect with them. So really try to have something in common with them. Another trick that's actually been really effective is interacting with the family. So if you see mom or grandma or the dog in the background, if you find out they have a dog or a pet, you ask about that. So I'm always like, hi, mom, or is that grandma? And nice to meet you, grandma. Can I see your dog? And show you pictures. Like the kid will run and get pictures on mom's phone, and mom's seeing, oh, the teacher's asking about the cat. And then again, refer to that in feedback. So no, hey, I'm listening to you. The more you can interact with the family, the more the family feels like they're connected with you. You want them to like you, of course. The second thing is, you know that parents, when they correct over us, it can be incredibly annoying, and it's not definitely my favorite thing. But I have a solution for that. When you hear a parent correcting a student in a certain way, like if they continually correct pronunciation or verb tense or whatever, make sure, A, that they're hearing you correct it, even though they just did it. And this is a little challenging because you don't want to overcorrect the student, but make sure that that parent hears that you know that that was not right. And then what I always do is follow up in the feedback. You know, Joey's still working on how to pronounce long A sounds. So the parents are confident that you are seeing the same things they're seeing. This makes a huge difference. It also allows them to just sort of back off. I've noticed when I've started acknowledging the things they're trying to correct their child on, they do it less in class. So that's very, very important. That parent, you want that parent to know that you see what is important to them and you're going to work with the kid on that. The next tip that I have for you is probably the most important. If you want a regular customer, just ask. You are business owners. Business is you. You have to ask sometimes for what you want. If you want that kid to be a regular, you ask. And I, like everything, have a feedback formula for that I can send to you. I'll do it on Facebook, but I'm not so cool doing it on YouTube. But basically just saying, you probably already have a great teacher, and there are many to choose from. But if you haven't selected one, I would love to work with your child. Not only is this very complimentary and you're feeling honored, parents are feeling honored that you want to work with them, you're just flat out asking. You're asking for that business. And I find that probably 9 times out of 10, I get that student as a repeat student. And you think about it, if somebody wanted to work with your child, do you want to work with them? Okay, reason I'm wearing the hat. Number 10, probably the most important thing. These guys see a lot of teachers. You need to be memorable. They need to remember you. I am known. I branded. You want to be branded. I'm branded as the hat teacher. Kids don't have to know my name. They don't have to know where to find me. They don't have to know anything other than, Mommy, I want the hat teacher. Again, work on your branding. Branding, branding, branding. You are a product that you're trying to sell. I'm going to do probably another video just on branding because I think it's very important. It's something that's so easy to forget, especially as teachers, because we're used to just being teachers and not having to market or brand. So I hope you get lots of regulars. Keep working on it. Ask some questions down in the comment box if you have questions. Hey, if you like my videos, hit subscribe. Click the like button. You guys are really encouraging for me, and I'll continue to find time to do these if they're useful. Well, see you tomorrow.